don't want to hear from you. Go.
Okay, first thing.
You got a real diamond?
Yes, it's real. I don't wear nothing fake. Nothing about the doctor's fake. Get that straight. Right here, right at front. I'm not fake.
Go ahead, pal. Tell me what you're going to tell me.
My diamonds are not fake.
Tell me what you're going to tell me.
Hey, this guy here, Wilson. First thing, I never heard of you, never heard your name before you went on some news show and come out saying that wrestling's fake and all this and that somebody wanted to make love to you or some man or something. Well, see, I've never had that problem. You say it goes on everywhere. I've never had that problem with a man. Man never come up and ask me nothing because I had plenty of women. Now, I've been in wrestling 15 years. No promoter ever made love to me or tried to make love to me or asked me for sexual favors. I think you're a liar. I think you're a liar and you want publicity. That's all you want. I don't think you can play football. I don't think you can wrestle. I don't even think you should be out here. I think you're just somebody that wanted to come up here and say, I'm a professional wrestler. There's 1,000 people out here, 100,000 people who want to get in the limelight. And you say, you come out and say, first thing I want to know, what gives you the right to even be out here? Have you ever beat anybody? Have you ever...
Go ahead, answer.
I don't even know.
Answer, man.
Well, number one, because of my sexual persuasion, and the fact that I didn't want to participate.
He's been in the business 15 years and that never happened to him. How come it happened to you?
Hey, maybe he didn't like him.
And he's not any prettier than you are.
Huh? I guess the promoter didn't like him that way.
Did he like you?
He must have.
Did you kiss him?
Did you ever wrestle? Did you ever wrestle?
Did I what?
Did you wrestle, Jim?
Of course I wrestled.
Did you win anything?
I've wrestled and I've been in the business since 1968.
How many matches have you had?
Couple thousand.
Couple thousand? Dr. D, sounds like...
I've never heard of him.
You never heard of him?
I've never heard of him.
What name did you wrestle under?
I wrestle under my own name.
All right, let me ask you then. Anyone who watches wrestling knows that with, two big guys colliding in the ring, they can hurt each other. But you say that a promoter forced you to hurt yourself in the ring with a blade job. Now, what is a blade job?
Well, it's not a matter...
I'm glad it said blade, because after your first thing, I was, kind of a job it was.
I was told that when I was in Australia, I was overseas, and because I wouldn't go to bed with this guy.
Again? Another guy?
That was the first time.
Okay.
The first and only time. He told his booker to make me
What'd you say,
hooker?
Did he say hooker?
And
Did he say hooker?
I think he said booker, Doc.
Okay, I didn't. I
do
thought
you know what a booker is?
What do I know what a booker is?
Do you know what a booker is?
I know what a booker is. I know what a fool is. I know what a liar is and a goof. And you're a liar and a goof. And I don't think you can wrestle. You never could.
Jim, I still don't know what the blade job is. Tell me what that is.
A blade job is where they want you to bleed.
So you're in the
And
fight.
I told him I wouldn't do it. And he said, you're not
What are
going
you supposed to do, cut yourself with the blade?
Right, exactly, to produce the blood. And because...
Can't you carry a little capsule and break it if you want?
No, I don't know whether that ever happened or not in the business, but the way they do it now is with a blade.
I think you're a liar on that, too. I've never used what you call a blade or anything else, and I can make you bleed in less than 2 seconds. I'll hit you so hard.
Dave, let me ask you a question. Doctor, you wrestled. Did you ever have the uncontrollable urge to carve yourself up or to cut yourself or to rip your mouth open, do anything?
No.
Did any promoter ever ask you to do that?
I never had to do that.
No promoter ever asked you to do that?
No promoter ever asked me to do that.
Then why is Jim Wilson the only guy that this has ever happened?
He's the only guy. No, there's another one, too, a little goof by the name of... In my opinion, you and him probably made love together and come on the show and try to destroy the business because you're not a man. You're never going to be a man. You never will be a man. Your whole life is ruined, boy. You ought to go out here somewhere on the West Coast. I won't mention the city, but you can go out there and hold hands with whoever you want to. But you climb in the ring, a professional wrestling ring, they'll tie your head up and stick it up your behind and send you on your way.
Let me see. Sir, your name?
My name's Dennis Corluzzo, and I'm a promoter.
All right.
I want to say one thing. For years, wrestling has had that stigma about it with this guy's crying, but it's going to stop these people from going? No. So what are you trying to prove? Here, another thing, let me explain something about this guy's background. You want to expose the business a little bit? Let's talk a term back. You were nothing but a bottom-of-the-card jobber. You had excuses for not making it in the NFL. You had excuses for not making it in pro wrestling. And you're going to have more excuses when this falls on your face. What are you trying to prove? You're coming out here going on circles, huh?
Well, wait a second. Wait a second. On this show, Jim's damn well entitled to say what he's trying to prove. Go ahead.
Well, everybody has an opinion, obviously, and these gentlemen have theirs. This is America.
Well, I know all that.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
If I could arrange a match between you two guys, would that be all right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
You take him on?
I'll put up the money.
You'll put up the money?
Anytime, anytime.
No, right now.
Right now. Right now, it's fine.
Lummy, I want to go to Paul dangerously on the telephone. Paul, can you hear me, buddy?
Yes, I can, Mort.
Paul, let me ask you a question. You've been listening to this show stuff.
Yes, I have.
All right? You listened to Jim Wilson's life story. What do you make of his statement that he was basically blackballed from wrestling?
Jim Wilson was blackballed from wrestling, and that is the truth, and I'll tell you why right now. Because he was such a loser, he never drew a dime in his life, and nobody ever wanted to pay his deal. The fact is, Mort, that the wrestling business is exactly like television. If you don't produce ratings, I don't care how good looking you are, I don't care how many cigarettes you smoke, I don't care what producers you sleep with, you're off the air.
Walk easy, Paul.
With everybody. He never drew a dime, and they said, get out of the business, you're a loser.
How much money did you make in wrestling? How much money did you make in wrestling, Jim?
I didn't make a lot of money.
You said you've had a couple thousand matches.
Yeah, the best trip that I had was to Australia for $800 a week back in 1973.
$800 a week in Australia?
Right, and they cut that, like I say, when I wouldn't go to bed with the promoter, they wanted...
I have never, Jim. Look at baby, I got to tell you, pal, you are not that sexually attractive, even. Why is somebody I want to go to bed with?
Hey, like I say, I don't know what turns those people on, you know, those people of that persuasion.
I'll tell you what, next we're going to meet the world's strangest man. I think I'll let this man say any damn thing he wants. Stand by.
There's all business on that bench. And watch this. He has done it again. This is truly one of the most electrifying moments in the history of powerlifting. Ben Arshini has just lifted 705 pounds on a bench.
Let's find out about racism and all these other things that we hear about in professional wrestling. Let me introduce you to a gentleman by the name of Claude Thunderbolt Patterson, former pro wrestler. Thunderbolt, how you doing, pal?
Very good, and you?
I'm all right. You think you had a talent to be the world champion, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay. What kept you from reaching the top of the wrestling game?
Well, promoters. Just that simple.
Why? Well, what they do?
Just promoters. I mean, as a black individual, you are limited. It's that simple.
As a black individual, you're limited. You wrestled in the 60s and 70s.
60s, 70s, and 80s.
Okay, in the 60s and 70s, I understand you made, from a quote in one of the magazines, you made $50,000 to $100,000 a year.
Well, they quoted me as making $225,000 a year.
225. Did you make that much?
No.
Yeah, how much did you really make?
I made 100.
Made $100,000. Let me see. If my memory supports me right, that would be the days of Argentina Rocca, Buddy Rogers.
That's a little bit before. That was a little bit before my time.
Well, that was a little bit before your time.
Right.
Seems to me anyone making $100,000 in 1960s wasn't really discriminated against.
Well, it's a matter of opinion. You know what I mean? Like,
well, everything's a matter of opinion.
Yeah, well, you know, like my whole thing is that I drew money all over the country.
I mean, people came to see you.
Yes, I worked in a lot of the different places around the country, and I drew money. And I just wanted the same chance that the rest of them was getting. Some